At this present moment, Gout Gout is the biggest name in the sprinting world. You already know by now that he's only 16 years old and went off at the Australian All-School Championship. Long story short, he ran away from the field in races that were never close at all, aside from the obvious comparison to you-know-who. The times he put down does make him one of the fastest that we have ever seen for any athlete who is running as a junior, specifically for someone who is under the age of 18. And while the internet is still burning about it, I have gone on record to say that people are avoiding the real conversation, because when we look for the next Usain Bolt, we're not just looking for a fast athlete, we're looking for the next meal ticket, the athlete who will make sprinting relevant even to a casual fan whenever they step on the track. So much so that everyone else gets to eat off of it. I'm talking about the sponsors, the meat promoters, even the television networks. And yes, that does include the content creators. But the fact of the matter is, people have been looking for the next Usain Bolt even before Usain himself retired. And guess what? We haven't found him yet. And the real reason why is because most people don't really know what happens to the fastest junior sprinters once they go on to the professional level, if they even make it that far. So I figured that I might as well be the guy to bring you the facts. What actually happened to every incredibly fast junior sprinter under the age of 18 in the post-Usain Bolt era? Because if we're going to have the argument in the comment section anyway, we might as well have real data when we do it. By now you already know that Gout Gout is on that list for both the 100 meter and the 200 meter dashes. But unlike some of the other names I'm going to mention, we don't know what will happen to him in the future. Starting this off with the 100 meter dash, I'm only going to profile athletes who broke the 10.2 second barrier in the 100 meter dash before they turned 18. And it all starts with Yoshi Kiryu, who represents Japan. He ran 10.19 seconds all the way back in 2012. But from then until now, the only time that you might have noticed him is representing Japan on their 4x1, both in the Olympics for 2016 and the World Championships for 2019. He got medals in both, with a silver in the Olympics. What really matters is that beyond the relay, we have never seen him in a World Championship final in any short sprinting event. Gout Gout himself just finished running 10.17 seconds. That time makes him number 6 all-time on the under 18 leaderboards. So the next name that I'm going to give you is Anthony Schwartz, because he ran 10.15 seconds, and that was back in the year 2017. But he is also American and plays football, so much so that he didn't really take track and field seriously after the high school level. He ran in college a little bit, and didn't really win much while he was there in the SEC, and then went on to play in the NFL, so there doesn't appear to be any evidence we will ever see him again on a track. But this past June of 2024, Gary Card of Jamaica ran 10.07 seconds, and he's only 17 years old himself. He was at the World Junior Championships in the 100 meter final. He just didn't perform up to his best. That said, he's clearly fast enough to make a difference on the world stage going forward. To clarify, Gary Card is less than 6 months older than Gout Gout is right now. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCArecruiting.com, where I rank the best track and field recruits across the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. But just a year ago in 2023, Purepol Boonsan of Thailand ran 10.06 seconds for his 100 meter dash. He was there at the Olympics in 2024, in the semifinal heats for the 100. He just didn't make the final. You have to take Boonsan seriously, because he didn't just run fast in the 100. He also ran 20.19 seconds in the 200 back in 2023. That 10.06 time technically makes Boonsan the fastest 100 meter runner under the age of 18. But that's if you don't count the other man who ran the same time, Christian Miller, once again of America. He also recorded that exact same time in 2023. But in 2024, you probably already know what happened, because he came back and ran 9.93 seconds in the 100, and then proved that it wasn't a fluke by running fast again and running fast again. He was there at the Olympic trials final for the 100. He just didn't make Team USA. even though he was dangerously close. And he just recently turned pro, just like Gout Gout. So guess who he's gonna run into and on the professional circuit next season? Among the fastest athletes who are specifically on the 200-meter list, I have to start it off with Abdul Hakim Thani Brown, who represents Japan, but also competed in America, running for the University of Florida. He ran 20.34 seconds way back in 2015, and was an All-American multiple times at the University of Florida. But the last time you might have noticed him was probably at the World Championships. He was there in the 100-meter final for 2023, but he also got a bronze medal in the 4x1 from 2019. Beyond that, he was an Olympic semi-finalist in the 100 for 2024. He was dangerously close to making the final, because he ran fast enough that he normally would have been in on almost any other year except this one. The truth is, there's only two more names for me to mention at this moment. You can probably guess who they are. The first is Usain Bolt himself, who ran 20.13 seconds while he was under 18. There's no need for me to say anything about what he accomplished after that moment, because Usain Bolt is the man in sprinting. Gout Gout is trying to be the next version of him, and the reason on the numbers why people give Gout Gout such a look is because he just ran 20.04 seconds. But that makes him second all time for athletes under 18, the only other young man to run even faster in the 200. I conveniently skipped over when it comes to the 100. It's Erien Knighton, because he ran 10.16 seconds in the 100 and 19.84 seconds in the 200. Still doing it under the age of 18. And although he is still only 20 years old at the moment, he's a pretty good case study when people start projecting out how fast Gout Gout is actually going to go. Because Knighton was incredibly fast back then, and made the Olympic team at 17 years old. He came back and made the Olympics again in 2024. The only problem was, he finished in the exact same spot, which was right off of the podium, and fourth in the 200. He does have World Championship medals in the 200, but none of those are gold. And beyond that, he is no longer a phenom, because he's been on the pro circuit long enough for us to get used to him. Even if you don't count Erien Knighton, there are still 3 young men who are just about as fast as Gout Gout was, either in the 100 or the 200, who are within 1 year of him on the calendar right now. You can call him the next Usain Bolt if it makes you feel better. But people also said the same thing, at least on the internet, about all those other fast guys I just mentioned. But for whatever the reason, Gout Gout is the one who captured everybody's attention. Simply put, when you want to know what happened to the fastest under 18 athletes, guess what? They're all running as pros right now. Almost nobody even noticed because they're not all the way in the front of the race yet, which is what we saw Gout Gout do at the Australian Championships just a week ago. But that was with that level of competition, not running on the world stage. I definitely want to see what happened in the future for Gout Gout's career. But let me be clear, the hype train has definitely left the station. He could be the next Usain Bolt or something close to it. But when you look at the list I just gave you, Usain Bolt himself doesn't jump off of it unless you're working with hindsight bias. What we need to remember is that an athlete who is a 5-star recruit in track and field is already very close to reaching their potential while they are still a junior athlete. That doesn't necessarily mean that their potential is unlimited, but they are getting very close to it right now. There will be athletes who are nowhere near this fast at 17 or 18 years old, who in a few years will be threatening to make it on the world stage. It's possible that Gout Gout will still be able to outrun them in the future, but this is the sport of track and field, where unfortunately, in the eyes of most casual track fans, notice I said that part, if you're not in first place, then you might as well be in last, even if you used to be a sprinting phenom, and that's that. The sport of track and field is not just about running fast, it is about doing it over and over and over again, because whenever you step to the line, your reputation is on the line as well. With the Wake Up, Run Fast, and Repeat shirt, you can make it clear that running faster than the competition is a habit. Get yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.